And hello to all my Capricorn friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for a very sunflowery September 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a Celtic cross spread. It's a good spread for general readings because it looks a little bit in the past, a little bit in the future, but it mostly focuses on what's going on right now, which in this case is September. It's also the only spread that I have that really focuses an entire area on the environment. So there's more than likely something there that they want to pinpoint or point out or bring your awareness to. They've asked that I conclude your reading at the end with a chakra scrub, so that's spiritual health stuff. Always very fascinating to go through the different chakras, see what's kicking good, what could use some work, what's blocked up, and what we can get jump started for you. Also going to conclude your reading with a runestone. Too many R's in one sentence there. Conclude your reading with a runestone, and we're going to wrap. That's going to kind of put the whole thing together and wrap it up nicely for us. Also got to tell you about this wonderful display that's going on right here. So we have a lot to talk about, Capricorn. Let's get started right now, shall we? Cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time basically to save us all a bunch of time. I'm going to bring you in right now, right here, so you guys can watch. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're ready to have a great September. And we are on and recording. I like to share my camera with you, share my table with you, so you can see what I'm seeing and see the process here. What I'm doing right here, these are the ritual cuts. Basically cutting the decks each into 3 different parts, putting them back together in a separate order. That satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot, and then the cards are ready to go. So here we go with the Celtic Cross. Now the Celtic Cross spread does get a little tall, and this telephone that I'm using, the cell phone to capture the overhead, is very kind of wide angle, so it doesn't really do a good job with the top, but I will move it around so you guys can see everything very clearly. I like to share it with you, like I said. So here goes your Celtic Cross. This is you and all that you are. This is what crosses you. This is what's behind you, the recent past. This is what's in front of you, the near future. This is what's above you, something you're aware of. This is what's below you, something that you're not. Okay, lots of people coming up to begin with. We're going to have to get some clarity on what that's all about here. So here we go. Let me make sure that's on view first. I think you can see it all. So here we go. That's your main cross there. Now here we go with running up the sides with 7, 8, 9, and I'm going to bend 10 in just so you can see it, or at least attempt to see it, attempt to show you. We continue to have more people here, so I definitely need to go through all that. Normally, if it's just one person card, one court card is what it's called, I just kind of let it go and use the definition of the energy. But when I have this many people coming in, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people coming in here in your Celtic Cross. That's half of the cards, guys. We gotta do some more research into that, see what is going on. First, let me check my inverts. We have a lot blocked also. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got to do a discard. Okay, so they want it read that way by design. They don't want it all upright. Okay, so this is the way it's going to stay as far as that is concerned. Now I do need to get some more cards from you. First, no major arcana cards. That's what I'm noticing also. So we just basically got to cover the court cards, cover our people. So is this a person? They basically say yes here. This is a person. This one, not a person. That's the energy. This one, a person. No, that's the energy. Over here, this a person. No, that's the energy. And finally, our final outcome card, is that a person? No, that's the energy. So all that just to get one person. See how 5 potential people became 1? That is the wonderful world of tarot for you. You never know which definition they're going to give you. So that is the main group. I don't need any angel cards because they didn't give us any majors. So we are ready to go with just that. So let's get started, guys. Exit out of that for you. Go back to our full screen. Make some room for myself. Okay, so to begin with our Celtic Cross here, the first thing that they show us is that you guys right here are very much about in it to win it. We have in it to win it energy where you guys are not leaving something behind. You are digging your heels in the sand, drawing a line in the sand and saying, you know what, we're going to stick this out. We're going to make it work. Whether this is a relationship, whether this is a friendship, whether this is a job, a lot of you guys are really getting dug in here and have decided you're going to stick something out. You're going to see something through the long term here, kind of like running a marathon instead of a sprint. You guys are going the long road here. So It doesn't talk about whether that's good nor bad. It's just describing. So you guys are in it to win it here. Now what crosses you is this is a money message or a health message. Probably going to have a split audience here in a general reading. They like to usually give me both versions of that. So I try to cover all my bases and give you as many definitions as I possibly can here. So let me give you the money one first. If this is a money message coming later, that's what crosses you. You might be worried about money that is on its way. Maybe somebody owes you money. Maybe it's a job. Maybe there's some kind of raise that's supposed to take effect. Whatever it is, some kind of money message is coming later, more than likely this month. That's the good news. At least it's coming this month and not later, like long term, because we do have past and future position that this could have come up in, like future if it was not in September. So there is money on a delay for some of my great Capricorns here. For others of you, this is more health related, and this is a health correspondence that's going to come in later in the month. So this is like you deciding later in the month to start something new, like with diet, with exercise. We're going to talk about that largely with the moon cycles because this is very much lining up to the new moon. So it makes me feel like you guys are bringing something new into your life. And even going back to the financial message, this could be something brand new with money too that just happens to be later in the month. So we'll talk about that. We'll come back to that when we do the new moons, new moon, full moon, new moon versus full moon energy and all that kind of stuff. Let me keep moving here with your chart. With your cross. The past position, what is kind of the recent past, what you're coming out of here is blocked money. So we're trying to get some money flowing here, guys. Money or health. Again, Pentacles are a tough one to read. This one feels more financial to me, really. So I don't know if you spent a lot of money recently or you're trying to get to a point where you accumulate more money or are able to save money instead of always kicking it out into bills. So maybe even budgeting is involved there, but this is recent past. So this is kind of stuff that you've been dealing with June, July, maybe even August. But it's still eking into your current month, which is September here. So why is that? You know, it's hard for me to tell you. You'd have probably a better handle on why that is than I would. I guess it's a good time to tell you, too, that this is a general reading. If you're looking for messages that are private, personal, and specific only to you, I do offer those on my website, scottsagent.com, in a wide variety of different services. But here in a general, you got to put the context of how this is playing out. I did say that could be health related, but it does feel more financial because it's like a literal coin that the person's holding. Less figurative and more kind of direct kind of approach there. So there is something with money that has recently happened that is moving through you guys here. And the future position that we're trying to get into is overflowing. Overflowing, I mean, they presented it like new love. So for some of you, that could actually be the goal, is that you're trying to find new love or you're trying to advance your current love to the next phase, trying to amplify or just fine-tune this, get this thing really kicking good. For others of you, this could just be financial overflowing or health overflowing. Just get to a point where you guys you got it going on. You know, things are just kicking real good here. And that's a future position here, so that's a good goal to have. I don't even know if it's so much as a goal as it's the direction. You guys are moving in a very nice direction here. I like that. The trajectory, that's the word I was trying to pull out of my skull. The trajectory looks very good. So that's wonderful to see. Not a lot I need to do with that when it's good like that. So you guys, keep doing the things that work for you. That's always the advice on tarot when we have something good come up. Keep doing what works. Try to avoid what doesn't. Try new things if they don't work. Let's move into the above position. The above position is the one person that they gave us in the spread. The above position represents something that you're very well aware of. Now, in this case, they show a woman who is upside down. Okay, they give me the queen, so it's not particular to age, to a certain age, because a queen could be a very mature young person. Queen could be a very immature old person. Or just kind of somewhere in the middle there, balancing. So it's very hard to pinpoint, who they're talking about here. And again, the context of this will be huge for figuring out what they mean here for you specifically. But you're more than likely aware of this, so I'm not telling you anything new. Now, what is this woman upset about? What is she upside down about? She's either not feeling something. She's either upset about something, not seeing eye to eye with you or somebody you're close to. That all is very pertinent. Or, this could be mentioning that this is blocked because it's on a delay. Maybe this woman is coming soon to you, and like if your mom is coming to visit you, for later in the month or something like that, and you're aware of this travel trip or whatever, that would be, one version of this definition. There's really a lot of ways that this can go, but just know that we do have a woman that is upside down about something here. So it's either on a delay or, like I said, the not feeling it or upset, that kind of stuff. Basically, like imagine somebody, being upside down, hanging upside down. They're usually not going to be very happy about that. Maybe at first it might be fun for the first 5 seconds, but after that it's like, the blood's rushing to your head and it's just like, get me down. I don't want to hang upside down anymore. So that is the energy of the person. Now they did say person, so I'm not going into the energetic definition of there at all. They did want to specify that we're talking about a woman here. This could also be a man, but it would have to be a very effeminate man. Usually when a queen comes up, it is a biological female. Now, as we get to the lower position here, this is something you're not aware of, and this is always a fascinating one for me because now I'm telling you something you don't know. Here, they're talking about that there is a great authority in the work corner. This is a more work-driven thing, work, business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, retirement, if you're of that age, learning something new, or entrepreneurship, or just the job in general. But this here is a call for authority. They show you guys are good here. It's not like you've been letting it slack or letting it slide. You guys have been on it. But there's something more. There's something more to it that they want you to go get. Maybe it's a new revenue stream. Maybe it's a side job. Maybe it's extra hours. Maybe it's a new job altogether. Maybe work for yourself. A wide variety of ways this can go, but they want you to be authoritative with this. So take control of what's going on with work. And they're basically saying there's something there you're missing. Even though you're doing a good job with it, there's more that can be done. Maybe better your life, improve your life, all that kind of stuff. Let's go to moving up the sides here with 7, 8, 9, 10. Got to get the moon cycles in here too for you guys. I'm going to go with number 7 first. Number 7 is your advice section here. And this is getting over a certain level of heartbreak. So there is something that you gotta let go of. You gotta purge out as far as makes me feel like forgive and forget. Could even be in relation to what that woman up there was upset about, or it could be different. In a Celtic cross, you never know which way they're going with things. They can jump all over the place. But this is getting over heartbreak, or it's a small level of heartbreak. Why would that be coming in for advice? Well, obviously to not let it rule you, not let it control you. You control it and not the other way around. You got to control your heart. It's very good to lead by your heart. Put your, wear your heart on your sleeve. All that kind of stuff is good until it bites you. It's a good mentality to hold and to have, but you got to protect your heart too. Okay, so the advice here is to get over something here that either like affected you or stung you before. And when it comes up in the advice column, like it makes me feel like there may be some of you here that are like, that's not me. Maybe that's not for me. No. And maybe it's not. But at the same time, for a lot of people, they want you to dig deep here. They want you to kind of pick this apart of what this could be. It's the common advice for everybody. And of course, it's not going to be as severe for everybody as it is for other people. Some people are going to have the severe version of this, other people the very light. But they want you to kind of figure out what this is so you can work on it. And because it's still, doing something to either your life, your aura, your mentality, your perception, whatever it is, it still has an effect. Okay, so we want to get rid of that and get that cleared up. I'm going to hit your environment card here. The environment shows a very good authority with your family, with your love corner. So if you're in a relationship, checking in very good. If you're in, even if you're single, that's checking in real good too. You may feel kind of like you're on alone, kind of on an island all by yourself sometimes, but that's okay. You learn a lot that way, especially about yourself. Now, not really a whole lot to do with that. Actually, I expected that to be a little bit deeper than it was. But, the environment's checking in good, so I don't really want to kind of push. I don't want to make something be there that's not there. Just keep this thing real. So let me hit your moon cycles real quick, and then we're going to do 9 and 10 here. 9 being your hopes and fears section, 10 being the final outcome for your month. So big things coming here. Let me jump to the moon cycles. I like to give you guys the moon cycle forecast every single month so you know what is coming. First thing that hits is the full moon. That's September 10th, the best time to get anything out of your life. Just like the garbage truck of the universe energy, put it to the street, let the full moon take it off your shoulders, let it take it away. Now, this could be anything. You could use this to get rid of old habits, emotional baggage for some of you people, old stuff. You got to sell something, you got to donate something, repurpose, finish old projects, all this kind of stuff is full moon energy, guys. Taking advantage of it. Doesn't have to be on September 10th, but just early in the month, early in September is the opportune time for you to make this thing stick, especially if it's something hard to do like a habit. It takes a lot of guts, takes a lot of willpower, and sometimes some help from the universe. That's full moon energy, guys. Looking kind of here to see what was full moonish. The money coming later, that was new moon. The full moon is kind of like getting over this heartbreak, figuring out what this is and moving past it. So maybe something like that you could target early in the month. Now, getting into your new moon, guys, that is September 25th. That is toward the end of the month. That's the best time to bring anything brand new into your life, something that wasn't there before. This could be just about anything, so I don't want to wrap it down too tight. It could be bringing in a new love, attracting new love. It could be about finding a new job, bringing in new money. We talked about a lot of financial stuff in here too already. And this could even be, health stuff. You're bringing in, you're starting a new diet, starting a new health kick, whatever it is for you. Bring it in brand new, much better placed toward the end of September, guys. You could do it earlier in the month, but it would just take a lot more out of you. It's much better if you just go with the flow, go with the current of the universe as it sits currently. It works for you, if you let it. Now, if any of this confuses you, they're calling me to go back to this card. And this is that new, not new, but the money message or the health message that was coming in later, okay? That kind of stuff. If you're trying to do something with financial or with health, I know I said it before, but this was in your spread, so I'm going to say it again. Trying to do something new with health, trying to do something new with finances. End of September, much better time. Please don't do it early. Do it later in September. Plan for it, prepare for it, then pull the trigger and go. You're good to go. So if any of this confuses you, the Moon Cycle Cheat Sheet is on my website. It is free for you to check out. You go to scottsagent.com. You go to my videos page. At the bottom of my videos page, there is the graphic right there for you, plain and simple, right in front of your face, square in your face. Check that out, guys. It shows the ebbs and the flows of how this stuff works. And you can implement positive change in your life much smoother by just aligning certain things in your life to them. So that's your moon cycles. While you're at the website, make sure that you're signed up for the newsletter program. I give my newsletter great people a couple free readings every single year just for being signed up to it. I only send one newsletter email every single month. It's just for updates, just to give you guys some promo codes, save you money on readings, good stuff there. That is a no-brainer. Also, while you're at the website, I got 2 brand new products. I don't know what I'm thinking, releasing 2 things at the same time, but we have the Yes or No. That is an audio product reading, very specific, powerful, profound mini reading. It's audio, so you don't even have to be there for it. It pulls from your birth date, so it's personal just to you. None of this bubble energy we're sharing with Capricorn. It's all about you. You even get to ask your own question. Yes or no question. Spirit is going to dictate advice and moving parts from the yes side as well as the no side to hopefully give you enough information so that you make a good decision or you feel a little better about something that is going on for you. I have other small mini products that are very good. The My Month is a very popular one. Talks all about your month, specific to you from a spiritual, divine point of view. Kind of like this, except more specific to you. Also, the Health or Chakra Scrub. We're going to do a Chakra Scrub later if you want something like that. That's all for you. That's available as a mini product, about very affordable too. All the stuff, guys, is about the price of lunch. Very cheap, very affordable, big bang for the buck. And the final product is the Angel Protection and Animal Totem Package. For that one, you get both. And that one is a potent one too. I mean, they're all great in their own way. So whatever you're looking for, there's something available to you. And that's really what I've been trying to put out there, is make something for everybody depending on what you're looking for. It is there and available for you. So check that out, guys. Now let's get into the physical product, because we just opened the store last month, revealed the first product. Now I'm revealing product number 2. So let me cut in to tell you all about this wonderful display that's going on right here. And then we're going to come back and hit your 9 and 10 in stride. Okay, guys, the time has come to unveil and reveal the brand new product. The Scott Sagent line here is now offering you, if you are sunflower obsessed like me and a lot of other spiritual people, we're going to talk more about the sunflower momentarily, but this, guys, is sunflower potpourri. To my knowledge, this is a niche item. I don't think it exists out there, at least not like this. This is produced in small batches, hand fragranced, a 1/4 pound bag. It's your standard size potpourri bag, but this fragrance, I wish I could allow you to smell it through your computer, through your phone. Unfortunately, technology doesn't let us do that yet. So you're gonna have to take my word on this, but this thing smells, the aroma is dreamy. It is dreamy, it is heavenly, it is fragrant, the aroma is powerful. but sweet. The sunflowers are not bulky enough to really make a true potpourri, so we had to use other items. But we captured the essence of the sunflower here by the color patterns, kind of the fall. A lot of the yellow make it pop just like the yellow in the sunflower does. And what this is hand fragranced. So that means by hand, and make sure that the whole thing is fragranced, not just the top part, not just a little bit of it. So it's all hand kind of mixed there. And also, high quality ingredients are in here. That's very important so that the potpourri doesn't mold. In fact, this is supposed to last 10 years or longer as far as the construction of it. Now, as far as the fragrance, that does eventually run out. We'll talk about that more momentarily too. It looks kind of small, but it actually lives very, very large. Let me show you how big this actually presents. This is a bowl that I just picked up at the dollar store. You're going to actually, if you're going to do it right in one bowl, you need a bigger bowl than this. This one doesn't quite cut it because I got all this went into this, plus this is left over. So there is a lot. So if I didn't overfill this one, you could definitely fill 2 of these bowls, almost to the brim. And, use this in 2 different rooms. This works best, guys, in any kind of small rooms here. It basically creates a scent for the entire room. And it's best in bathrooms, small little linen areas, or anywhere you just want to freshen up. It works best in a shallow bowl. It needs to be able to breathe. That's the key here. So you don't want to pack it down too tightly. This is packed tightly just for shipping reasons. But once you open it up, you set it up so it can breathe. The fragrance eventually goes away. Well, how long is that going to take? It's hard for me to say right now, but I'm estimating about 3 months. That's what good quality potpourri does. It lasts about 3 months. So that's what this is. And that's what we're expecting this to do and how to live. In about 3 months, let's say, the fragrance runs out, doesn't smell anymore. Well, that sucks. Now you got to buy another potpourri, right? No, you don't. Actually, with this is the sunflower spritzer bottle that is a separate product, but they're a team. They go together. This is a tandem here. And this is the same exact scent palette. The difference is that this is the strong stuff to last 3 months, and this is just more diluted. Now, the reason that's diluted is because it serves other purposes. This can be used as a room spray. You can freshen up your whole house by spraying a couple pumps of this stuff and make it last for days. You can, if you have cats, a couple sprays in the litter box. When that starts smelling bad, your house smells good again. If somebody stinks up the bathroom, you can use this for anything to make it smell better. And this is also skin friendly. People can wear this as, it's not as strong as a perfume, but it's more of the line of like a body spray, a body mister. You can actually wear it on yourself. But basically, the way that you refresh this, you can rejuvenate it instead of getting a new one or throwing it out. You can basically recycle this by all you do. Take a big plastic bag, like a grocery bag, plastic, dump the whole thing in there. Spray a good wet layer on the top of it with your mister, with your spritzer here. Good wet layer. Close that bag up, shake it up, put it back in your bowl, and you're good to go. You're good to go for at least another week or more. The sunflower is God's flower. It basically represents all the main characteristics of the year. What you got there are your 52 petals. That represents weeks in the year. Inside, you got your seeds. You got 365 in a perfect flower. And it also follows the Fibonacci sequence of the Fibonacci spiral, the way that the seeds kind of go around in a spiral. And also the leaves coming up the stems, there's supposed to be 12 in a perfect plant. That represents, you guessed it, the 12 months. So the sunflower kind of represents our cycle, and that is why it's called God's flower. You're going to love it, guys. Check it out. Okay, guys, back here. Thank you for sticking with me. That was some exciting stuff. I hope you check all that stuff out. We got some wonderful things going on there on the website. Okay, so number 9 is your hopes and fears column. This could be both ways for a lot of different people, but this shows freedom. So freedom sounds like it would be a good thing, like hope, but some of you may be actually afraid of not being bound down, of having this freedom. Like, what am I going to do with it now once I get it? It goes back to kind of the first card to me a little bit about, sticking with something, in it to win it, not letting something go. Maybe there is something here that needs to be let go, and maybe you don't want to. Okay, so it can go a bunch of different ways here, but the freedom from the situation could be a hope if it's something you're trying to get free from, or it could be a fear if you're just not sure of the unknown. You're afraid of the future, in which case I need to remind you that the future is not real. All we have is the present time. The future, worrying about the future is the most silly thing you can do. It's almost as bad as worrying about the past, because you can't change either of them. All you can do is change your present, and that's the only way to affect anything. All we have is this moment right now. So worrying about anything in the future, something that may not even occur, or, maybe it may occur different than you think it's going to. Your expectations get the better of you. So that's your hopes and fears. As we move into final outcome, guys, this is showing a Queen of Wands inverted. This is basically the lack of nurturing, the work corner, and it's needing it. So the work corner does take a dive toward the end of the month. I'm looking to see if we talked about work. Not much, only the bottom position. So there's something more. We already hit that there's something more you're missing that they want to make sure you attend to with work. But also here, they're saying that, work is going to go through a phase here toward late September for a lot of my Capricorn. So expect that. It's not to try to make you upset about it or make you be like, oh, boo-hoo me, I'm going to have a rough end of September. It's not about that. It's to let you know so you expect it. So when it happens, you're like, okay, I just got to have a couple days here and get over this, and then we move on to the next thing and things get better, because that's how usually things go is, they're down and then they're up, they're down and then they're up. Things don't really stay down that long. Things don't really stay up that long either. So getting used to the goods and the bads and mitigating the nice kind of vibe in between, or the surf in between, is really the key here. So there's your number 10. We have been through the whole Celtic cross, guys. I do need to reshuffle for the chakra scrub, so I'm going to cut out while I do that. Actually, real quick, runestone time. I'm going to do that before I do the chakra scrub. So here's your runestone, guys, for the month of September for my Capricorns. Quick shuffle, and then we're ready to go. Runestone time. All right, here we go. And your runestone. Make sure I'm holding it right, just like that. Your runestone for September is defense. Defense, defense, defense. Goes back to that first card, doesn't it? Holding that line, drawing that line in the sand, being defensive, not going on the offensive, letting things play out in front of you. So, it makes me feel like more that is not a bad direction for you. They're kind of reiterating that may be just the timing of September. Maybe September is not the month to go on the offensive. Maybe it's time to sit back and let things play out in front of you instead of, taking direct action into something. Maybe it's kind of a more zoomed out observation phase that they want you to take, maybe to think things out and just kind of watch things play out. Not a direct, let's change everything, let's shake it all up and disrupt everything type of month. No, not for you guys. This is a very much business as usual, a few moving parts that are important, especially for work, and that's the main thing they want you to hit here, guys. So I'm going to reshuffle, and I'm going to be right back. Good runestone there for defense. Okay, guys, I am back. The cards have been reshuffled. Got to do the ritual cut one more time just because I always do. And I just checked my time. I am way late here, guys, so I am going to speed up the chakra scrub a little bit, try to do my best to still be thorough, but if things are good, I'm just going to kind of brush over it. Just kind of worry about the focus areas that you need attention on. Now, I pull this 1 through 7 top to bottom. I may talk about it in a different order or skip some altogether. So here we go with 1, 2, 3. Go on, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And remember, guys, that this is available for a personal product, too, if this is something that interests you, your spiritual health. So once again, we have, we did get one Major Arcana card. We got none from the Celtic Cross. So this is the only angel card that has been pulled your entire spread, guys. So that's coming up right there. And that's coming up under the third eye, interestingly. Let's see what else we got. Root chakra, I'm going to start at the bottom. That was the only major. So the only angel card used right there. I'm going to start at the bottom, guys. This is your red, your root chakra. A lot of action going on. A lot of action. It is being used. Being well-grounded is going to be a big deal for you in September. Keep being well-grounded out into nature, out around water, all that kind of stuff. Moving on up from there, this is your orange, your emotional center. It's showing inaction here in regards to love. So, be a little gentle with yourself in September, especially if you're emotional. Basically they're saying that your orange is not kicking very good here, not very high, and it may be because you're emotionally upset about something, or your emotions are, it's a long month. You may feel like this is, I'm emotionally fine right now. I don't know what Scott's talking about. Well, the month is 30 days, okay? And most people check out the readings at the beginning of the month, but give it some time. There's going to be something in here emotionally that triggers you, or that just kind of gets you. And they're showing here that, this is basically an inaction in the love corner in regards to moving your orange here. So you can use the color orange to empower this. That'll actually make you feel better, believe it or not, because as above, so below. You can wear the color orange. Orange gemstones help with that a lot. And you can also do meditations on the orange chakra there. think that mostly covers it. I don't have that right now. Unfortunately, eventually I will have all the chakras. I only have the throat right now in my guided meditation series available on the website. I'm just looking ahead to your throat, actually, speaking of throat, and it's actually perfect. It's very good. So unless you just feel like a need to improve your communication or something like that, you definitely do not need my guided meditation for the throat chakra, the Vishuddha chakra. And that is that's available on my website in case you're interested in it. I always like to talk about it at least during a chakra scrub for the people that want something like that. So, but you don't need it. It's coming in very good. Now let me continue up where I jumped out of line. This is willpower. It's going to be hard to get motivated for a lot of my Capricorns here in the month of September. For whatever reason, the yellow is a little bit beaten up. So same advice for the orange. Use the color yellow. You can see we got yellow and orange here. So this is very like, not to shameless plug it, but sunflower energy, our colors, patterns of fall. It's a very good fall. You can use the fall colors to boost these up here. Willpower is showing a little beaten up. And that may be for different reasons. It may be work related. It is a Wands card that they decided to pull here. So it may be in regards to work, having the ambition to do things with work, to change work, stuff like that. We talked about something they don't want you to miss earlier in your spread, so now that you can kind of see this makes sense. Down here, this is your heart, down between two areas. Okay, so it's a little bit tight, but it's not bad. It's they kind of want you to open the heart up a little bit more. The heart chakra is something that could be benefited by being more open. But again, not a problem, just something that you could improve on. The main kind of key here is the crown and the third eye. The crown is showing kind of moving the wrong direction. Hasn't really had much go on there. And the moon cycles are really good for the crown. I did skip where I need to finish, but there's a reason for that. So going to the crown chakra, the very top here, guys, this is, your very deep purple, your connection to the lunar, the solar, space radiation, light from distant galaxies in the higher dimensions. All that kind of stuff is through the crown. Moon cycles are a simpler way to use kind of the lunar energies, so you might want to go back and check out those moon cycles again. Obviously, there's improvement to be had. Now, the third eye is the key. That is the target here for you guys, for most of my people. They're saying that you know what to do in my oracle card. That's good, because then I don't have to tell you what to do. A lot of you are being guided here in your third eye, so that's in your dream state, your meditative state. A lot of you have angels and guides helping you, moving you along here. And pay attention to your dreams, especially in the month of September while this energy is here. So a good way to wrap up the chakra scrub. That is the entire reading, guys. I know we've been through so much. Thank you so much for sticking with it and bearing with the new products. Like I said, what am I doing dropping two products at the same time? But got to tell you about all the new stuff, because that's what I do. So remember to check out the wonderful Sunflower Potpourri, the Scott Sagent Sage Soap, which I actually just have been flying off the shelves. I had to reorder that myself. And you know what? Have a great September. I'll talk to you guys soon in a few days for the love readings. Take care.